Is it intuition? Overthinking? Let's get into it. Hello, friends. Toni Dent, spiritual medium here with Ask the Psychic Fridays. So, this week we have a really good question. Our question this week is: am I listening to my intuition or am I overthinking? A lot of people have this question, so I'm glad we can get into it this week. So, let's dig in. Now, as you're first starting to develop your intuitive abilities, it's a common question to wonder, is what's going on overthinking, or is it my intuition? Now, I must say, it's a common misconception that intuition is a gift that you get. That's completely false. We all have intuition. It's part of our makeup. That's who we are as humans. Everybody can relate to a situation where you walk into a room and you can tell something feels off. Or you see someone that you care about that you know quite well and they don't see themselves that day and something tells you, something happened that day. That's your intuition talking to you. Another good example is when you're driving somewhere, say, and you decide to take a different route. You're not too sure why, but that's the route you took. A lot of the time, that's your intuition talking. So, from the premise, we want to make sure to point that out, that intuition isn't some gift from above. It's something that everybody has and everybody can develop. Now, as you begin to develop your intuition, it is difficult to differentiate whether it's overthinking or your intuition. As you work and develop these faculties, it becomes easier and easier to distinguish the two. And I'm going to give you some tips as you're starting out to kind of decipher what's going on when you're trying to decide overthinking versus intuition. Intuition and overthinking feel very differently and they act very differently. So they're both insights that you get. Intuition is more calm and relaxed. It's a knowing. It's that, like I'd said before, you walk into the room and you can kind of feel that something's off. It's straightforward. It usually makes your body feel like it expands a bit, like there's a bit more space, like a realization or a gut feeling. It's not constrictive. It's usually one time and done. So intuition usually will say, hey, something doesn't feel right in this room, but it won't say that over and over and over. It's pretty straightforward. So that's another clear indicator if it's intuition versus overthinking. That's another reason why a lot of people discount their intuition until they learn to pick up on it a little bit better, is because it's subtle and it states its knowledge or what it needs, its message for you, and it's done with it. You hear the message and you decide what to do with it. Now, overthinking. Overthinking can present itself a lot like intuition. However, it feels a lot different. Your body will feel constricted. You could feel anxiety from it, especially depending on what the topic is and how much it impacts you in your life and in your internal world. So it feels more constrictive. It can be kind of loud. It's very repetitive over and over. You'll kind of go in cycles where you're kind of down spiraling with your thoughts, or it repeats and repeats and repeats. Those are all signs of overthinking. So that's kind of a quick and easy way to first look at it. I always recommend to people as they're learning to be in touch with their body and their feelings and their emotions as you develop your internal self and your intuitive abilities is to journal. So you definitely want to do journaling as you're kind of developing to differentiate between those two. So journaling I would definitely recommend. And overall, just get in touch with your body a little bit. And in those moments, ask, does my body feel tight and anxious about this or uncomfortable? Or do I feel like an opening, more relaxed in the body? There's more space. That's more a sign of an intuitive hit, is it doesn't constrict you in any way. That's not to say that intuitive hits aren't, that they're always good news. Sometimes intuitive hits, you'll realize something that you would rather not realize. But it doesn't feel the same way as overthinking. It's not repetitive. It's not constrictive. The feeling that comes, it's almost afterwards. So you'll get the intuitive hit and your body will relax. And then if there's something else involved, that feeling will surface second. It's not this way, it goes this way. So I hope that was helpful for you all. I would love to talk about this more, and I'd love to get your questions. So make sure you send me your questions so I can answer a question that you have. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. See you next Friday.